at y'all with the setup and shit, boy. Every time I look at this job, I be feeling good. So, I wanted to talk about this Matt Binder Convo Couch interview. So, I'm getting this to you guys late. I don't know what day you're going to be seeing this, but just you're seeing it. So take it, whatever day it comes. But I found it very interesting because, like, there was very little, like, I would say I agreed and fell in line. Well, not fell in line because that's the wrong wording. I don't fall in line for nobody, but I agreed with Convo Couch and everything they were debating. Like 95, 90 to 95% of what they were saying, especially when Fee got up on the mic, because Craig was trying to be overt, overly like nice and shit like that. And I get that because that's Pasta's personality and shit like that. But Fee came in and fucking demolished this bull, bro. Because Matt Bender he's part of that majority report crowd. They irk my living soul because, again, like, they talk down to people. You're not like they're no different than MSNBC, CNN, like literally MSNBC. They're on Peacock. Peacock is part of MSNBC, so they're part of the corporate machine, technically, but they call themselves progressives and independent media, but they talk down at everybody to everybody that disagrees with them. And like, I hate to point this out, but fucking I don't like, and y'all know I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but Michael Brooks would do the same thing. Like Jenk, you were just brought it up in like that video or whatever tweet or whatever he said about Jimmy Dore, where it's like, oh, Michael Brooks referred to people like Jimmy Dore as the dumb left. Like, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but I had the same type, I'd say fuck Sam Cedar. I had that same type of energy for Michael Brooks when he was alive. So, but again, this is that atmosphere, though. This is the atmosphere that's been created by those people you can't challenge the status quo, especially on things like imperialism, especially when it comes to the Democratic Party. You're seeing it play out with the vaccines and everything now, even with some people we do like. So, well, at least that I like, not we, but I like. I don't know if y'all fuck with, but y'all know what I mean. But Fee and Pasta literally are just pushing back. Like, one of the things that was hard for me to take in from them was the election shit. And not because I was like, y'all know I'm not like a huge, like, I'm not a Trump, like a fuck Trump type of guy. Like, I don't play that card. But my thing was, like, I just saw things Trump was doing where I put my mind in this mind space in the mind of, like, the undecided voter. Where Trump was talking about, oh, no more stimulus checks until I get reelected, and, his handling of COVID, where a lot of people in the United States care and give a fuck about COVID. We may feel certain ways about it. Not that we don't give a fuck about COVID, but just, the reaction to COVID and what they're using COVID to do now. But a lot of Americans, like, are taking COVID seriously. So, and a lot of Americans were voting based upon that, where Donald Trump wasn't taking it seriously. That's just, the fact of the matter. So that was hard for me to process because I was seeing all those things. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying the elections, a stolen thing, which honestly, in my heart of hearts, I still don't. But the election integrity that Fee and Pasta and the Convo Couch and all these guys, and Johnny, John, I don't want to, I don't know if that's a special name of the people on the show could call him, but, what they're talking about is still fucking important. Like, it's important as fuck. Especially like the deeper I went into it, where it's like literally you have corporations that own elections, via proprietary software. So, it's crazy. That shit is wild. So what they're saying is definitely important. It needs to be taken seriously. But you have people like Matt Bender that comes along and writes it off. So immediately, him and Pasta. See, I thought I didn't like how Pasta got into the 2016, Hillary Clinton, because it's like, if Matt Bender still thinks it's okay that he voted for Hillary, fine. So I would have taken like just 2 minutes, bro. Did you think it was okay to vote for Hillary in 2016? Yes, no, whatever his answer is, boom, 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 done. If it's yes, boom, we're done. Like, not like as in a debate is done, but on that it's done. 2020 is what we need to be talking about now, which they did talk about, but I felt that this was part of the reasoning, like, why there were parts where I was like, y'all could have went the hammer on him. Y'all could have dropped the hammer on him. And they definitely did, but not as much as they could have. Like, literally when they got into the whole Tulsi argument and debate and everything between Matt and Fee. Fee could have been like, "Where's AOC's free Julian Assange and Edward Snowden bill and whistleblowers bill? What's AOC's position on American imperialism? What's AOC's position on big tech censorship? Last time I checked, she was rounding up her followers to mass report people that were dissenting from her and criticizing her to Twitter and all these Facebook companies. And these are things Fee and them talk about. Now, I'm not saying they didn't talk about it, on purpose. Obviously not. I think because when you're in the heat of a debate and battle, sometimes you miss certain things and shit like that. So, but overall, they did a good job. And look, I don't fuck with the boy, but I respect them for going on Convo Couch and having that debate. I wish it could have gone on longer because the end did feel like cutting him off, but they went. I didn't realize it. I literally got through the whole debate and it was like 3 hours. I was like, fuck, or two, however long the fucking debate was. So they definitely need to continue having that conversation. They need to go on his show or bring him back on. But I respect him for going on. I'll give him that. And no. A lot of these lefty, I don't hate these people, but I want to preface by saying that I don't necessarily hate these people. I hate the fact that these people are leading certain groups of people astray. They're leading people, they're sheep herding people into the Democratic Party. That's what they're doing. This is the DSA handbook, to the T. I covered this when it came to AOC funding spooks and shit like that. I believe Eric London wrote that article, and actually in reference to this, this Convo Couch debate, because one of the things they brought up was DSA a lot. They talk about DSA a lot. I'm going to be covering an article about DSA that was written back in 2018 and in its connection to imperialism and all types of different things. So I'm going to be covering that article. I may drop that video the same day as this one, so look out for that. But yeah, so overall, my thoughts on the debate was I thought they did a really good job, especially Fiorella. I definitely, and there were points. So she clarified a lot of shit for me because I remember seeing the whole Medicare for all thing. So she got in his ass. She put her foot in his ass off rip about that because people were trying to say, oh, Fiorella's on for Medicare for all this, done, and third, which I didn't know was true, but I wanted to hear an explanation to the tweet. That's why, I actually want to talk to these people, not just to have them on the show, but I'm trying to have them on the show to get popping. I actually want to talk to these people and ask questions that I feel you guys or people like me would want to ask them, because a lot of my political knowledge has been through reading books, reading articles, reading through documents from the government, from different governments, hearing firsthand testimonials through YouTube. But I want to hear, I want to ask questions that I've always wanted to ask people, in person. Well, obviously it won't be in person, it'll be virtually, but ask them questions that I have. I want to have Rania Khaled on and ask her about, the Middle East shit, or Richard Medhurst or Fiorella to have that talk to me about elections. So, but because I'm turning Talks Talk, like I said, I'm turning Talks Talk into more of a podcast, and I want it to be more of an exploration of political ideas. I want it to be more of a chilled, laid back podcast, kind of like what Primo Radical is doing, but even more laid back and shit like that, chilling. I wanted to, because I want to create that comfortable atmosphere for not just us, you feel me, for people that's not into politics to hear, these people that they're being told is fucking fringe and all types, all this bullshit that they're being told about people like Fiorella or Jimmy Dore or whatever. So you can see them in a chiller, calmer atmosphere, kind of like Rogan. I feel like Jimmy appealed to people a lot through Rogan. Definitely, I feel like he touched a lot of mainstream Republicans and changed the minds of a lot of mainstream Republicans. Through Fox, when he goes on Fox and shit. But I think Jimmy, I discovered him through Rogan and TYT, more so through Rogan, because I never watched Aggressive Progressives because it was on TYT. I stopped watching TYT because I realized TYT was liberal claptrap shit, so I stopped watching him. But when I saw him on Rogan and he told his story about his health condition and all that shit, that's when I started watching the show consistently. I don't watch it as consistent anymore. I'm trying to stop watching a lot of other people's shit so I can focus on because it's like that. I don't so I do music. I try when I'm writing music and I'm working on a new song, or right now I'm in the middle of working on a new project, an EP. I don't listen to other music unless it's non-hip hop music. You feel me? I'll listen to old school R&B or rock or something like that, but I can't listen to other nigga shit. Because when I listen to their shit, like there's not even their bars or anything like that, their style subconsciously is going to bleed into yours. Like you already have some other nigga style bleeding into your style, you know, unknowingly because of, you know, listening to Kanye when he was like, for me, it was Kanye. Then later on it was Cole and Kendrick and shit like that, and some of the newer artists and shit like that. So I'm taking that approach to, you know, the podcast lane and shit like that. I've been watching more like news based independent media. Like I've been watching behind breakthrough news with Ronnie Kalik and the Eugene Bull. I've been fucking with them a lot, and just like, and like I said, I watch Jimmy here and there, but you know, I'm trying to focus on being more of a creator than a consumer, I guess. That's always been my mentality when it comes to creative shit. So, but overall, getting back to this Fiorella debate and everything, but overall, like, I thought the debate was really well done. I thought Pasta and Fee definitely did a good job, like, pointing out the fuckery within, you know, their logic, with like the whole electoralism logic and shit like that. Like, and that's basically what it boils down to, is that, you know, Pasta and Fee aren't fucking, you know, they not buying the electoral politics bullshit anymore. Like a lot of us aren't. The largest voting bloc are people that don't fucking vote. So, you know, just sitting here, you know, thinking about things like this, because, like, you know, it's weird to see these people, like, you know, just buy completely into these politicians. Like, Fee, you know, again, that's another thing. Fee did a good job getting in his ass about the squad, about how, like, literally, like I talked about during a live, I think I talked about it during a live stream, where Cori Bush got a lesser version of the previous moratorium that was in place, which the previous moratorium was already garbage. People were already getting evicted under that moratorium. So, and Max Blumenthal pointed this out. I think on Jimmy Dore's show, if I'm not mistaken, Max pointed this out. It was either Jimmy's show or somebody else's, maybe Frank Analysis, maybe, I don't know. But he pointed this out. He was like, it was on his live stream. It was on the Gray Zone live stream. He said, bro, we were out there a year ago doing you know, because we couldn't physically be on the Capitol, because at that point it was like strict COVID, you know, guidelines and shit like that. But he's like, we were doing a car protest for rent cancellation. And Shorty comes here and shifts that to the right by saying eviction moratorium instead of rent cancellation. So she's already shifted, Cori Bush shifted the Overton window to the right by not going out there for rent cancellation. And that's incrementalism, the incrementalism that Matt Binder was arguing for. Well, we can't get to rent cancellation, so we need to sort of, nah, nigga, we're going to stay on these steps till you cancel that rent, bro. You can do it. Then we're going to stay on this step till you legalize marijuana. Then we're going to stay here till you end the wars. Then we're going to stay here till we get medicated, so on and so forth. That's how you have to play it, but you don't have, they're not leaders. They're not willing to do that. They don't have the balls to do that. And people have been pointing that out. And that's just what the fact of the matter is, man. That's the root of what the debate was. It was electoralism versus direct action. And I really fuck with how Pete was talking about, like, the Black Panther Party and shit like that. And no, Canada. My bad. She's talking about how Canada got, you know, they got the ball rolling by doing their own mutual aid type of healthcare system. And then eventually it moved to the government adopting it, because they forced the politicians. And that's really why they destroyed the Black Panthers back in the 60s, because that's what the Black Panthers are doing with their free lunch program, with their, you know, healthcare, you know, their healthcare program. A lot of people don't, especially white people, don't know that shit about the Black Panthers. Right? When a lot of white people think about Black Panthers, they think about angry black men with guns. They don't think about that other shit. That's why the Black Panthers were so entrenched in that, you know, Marxist, Leninist, you know, communist ideology. That's why they would link up with people like Fidel Castro, like Mao, like fucking, I'm gonna do a video about Malcolm X. He did a speech somewhere where he was talking about how, like, he basically said, yo, when you look at, you know, a lot of these non-westernized countries around the world that had these revolutions, when they have a revolution, they don't go to communism or they don't go to capitalism. He said something along those lines. I'm gonna cover it in a fucking video. So, you know, it's just crazy, man. And here you have people arguing for incrementalism, like Matt Binder. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna close the video out there. I hope y'all like the new setup, man. It costs, man, bro, this hurt my pockets, bro, especially with this new job. But I'm getting paid good money with this new job, so I ain't complaining, man. That's what got me to, you know, the new setup and everything. I know y'all can't really see the whole Jonesky, but it's about to be lit. I just need a couple little more tweaks, but It's getting there, man. It's getting there. I hope y'all really enjoy how it looks and everything. I hope the quality, improves better and how, helps the show and everything. So that being said, y'all, oh yeah, also look out, yo, I got some music coming. I'm gonna make a separate video about that too, like kind of an announcement thing. So I got music coming. I got written articles coming. I know I said this a while ago, but I move like a hermit crab, like I said, when it comes to creative shit, like I said previously. So that's going to be coming within the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to make a video about that to break that down and explain that to y'all. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close the video out here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, peace. Easy.